We'll see. Philly sports, love and pain. I'm Dave. That's Kenny.
Welcome back, motherfuckers.
Holy shit, man! It's been like a millennia since we fucking came on this bitch.
Yes. I mean, I don't even. It's been a whole month.
And Kenny has advised me that
Yes.
he wants to come out hot out the gate.
I am
with a situation. Kenny, have it.
pissed. Today, I saw the world's worst fucking headline. It's worse than the Sixers moving to central Philadelphia with no parking. It's worse than the Flyers not able to navigate the cap system for Johnny G. It's actually worse than the Phillies being fucking annoying. It's even worse than Hurts being terrible in minicamp, according to Derek Gunn. They are getting rid of the Choco Taco, and I will not stand for the greatest ice cream dessert to be taken away from me.
I had a feeling. We did not talk about this before the podcast. I had a feeling that this was about the Choco Taco.
The goat of ice cream is being taken away from me.
Go off because I love the Choco Taco. The Choco
If you don't
Taco,
like the Choco Taco, you're mentally ill. It's a delicious. You got a waffle cone. You got vanilla fudge swirl ice cream in the middle. You got a little peanut and then dipped in chocolate. Tell me what's better. They even came out with like an Oreo Choco Taco a while ago.
By the way, I never go to Mary Mead or any other ice cream place without getting a waffle cone because it's a must.
Yeah, I get that. But then it gets like all drippy and all over.
No,
But
no. You eat it faster.
This is a waffle. It's like the best of everything. It doesn't make a fucking mess. And you know when you get it out of the guy's like dry ice frozen like cooler he's got, and you take that first bite and it snaps all your teeth off. That's how you know you've arrived at Jersey Shore.
They have destroyed your childhood.
That was the best treat. I don't care what anyone says. And I'm pissed about it. I saw that shit and I said, oh man, gonna have to run to the store and buy like 35 boxes.
I don't know. They're probably like $8 a box now.
Taking the fucking Choco Taco from me. I'll be damned.
Choco Taco. Rip Choco Taco.
Just sounds weird. Rip the Choco Loco.
So yeah, man, we're back. Has it been a month?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure it has.
So we did.
Actually.
So we did like 40 of these or whatever. 41. I don't know what the number exactly was. I think it was something like that. And
yeah, June 22nd.
We were like, we got a lot of shit going on. I think we need to take some time off. Kenny went away once. He's got shit going on. I have got shit going on. I'm actually going away in August. We haven't really talked about that yet. But we figured we had to come back because so much has happened. Yet at the same time, it feels like nothing has happened. We were just talking.
What's funny is that like I'm not saying we were like treading water or whatever for a couple of weeks there with nothing, but I feel like as soon as we took the hiatus, they were like, the Flyers are gonna fuck up the draft and they're gonna fuck up free agency. How about that? Oh, you don't have your podcast? Well, how about the Sixers are gonna move to Central Philadelphia? You want more?
So all right,
it's a mess.
So let's start with the Phillies because that's the active season and that's like kind of the hot spot for now until tomorrow when the Eagles training camp starts.
Oh, is it officially tomorrow?
I think it is tomorrow. I think it is.
We're here. Well, I was just telling. I forget who I was talking to today. I was like, she was cat licking her paw right now, and I just can't with this damn dog. Summer's over. I mean, seriously, honestly, like it's 5 weeks.
Is that how you feel? Is like when training camp arrives, summer's over?
Oh yeah. That's how I know we're getting to like, because I remember as like a kid in like middle school and high school, being like, "Fuck training camp." That means school's around the corner.
That's true.
But as a grown adult, my life is miserable Monday to Friday. So what's the difference? I joke.
I kid. Yeah, so the Phillies, let's start with the Phillies because
they're back to doing what they do for the last decade, right?
they lose 4, they win 4, they lose 3.
This fucking team cannot get momentum to save their life.
I was saying this to I think it was Jake the other day. I feel like this team just can't get out of its own way. They have too many injuries, man. They're not good enough to overcome the injuries. They're just not.
Well, they
Like
get Genie back.
even when they lost Bryce only Bryce, and there was the elbow, and he couldn't play the field. Even that team was struggling because
Yeah, they're poopy.
Castellanos and Schwarber were never meant to be every single day right and left fielders. That's just not how it was meant to be. And they were
It
forced
wouldn't
into it.
be. It wouldn't be Philadelphia if one of those two didn't fucking stink, right? Like this is Philadelphia. Like we get two prize free agents and one is just pooping on home plate every time he's up.
Well, what's kind of funny about that is, I'm assuming that you're referencing Castellanos, right?
Yeah, it's because he lives in Ben Mimmons' house.
So I don't know. You could like literally make an argument that he's even not even that bad.
No, I agree, but he's terrible with runners in scoring position. He's got single digit home runs. That's not the guy we signed up for. That's the problem. You're
I
in a
agree.
hitter's park.
He's definitely underachieving, but
For sure.
his average is right around 250, which is not great. It's not that's average at best. We're not paying him to be average. I totally get all that, but Schwarber's average is like 200.
Yeah, but he hits 30 fucking home runs.
No, I love him. I love it. I don't
There's
care
no
about it.
there's no argument. Could you imagine if Castellanos was actually playing the way he could and Schwartz Pig was still doing what he's doing now? We'd be at least battling stronger.
Well, and that's the funniest thing. What you were just getting ready to say was that we would be battling for contention. And
Yeah,
right
it
now
was.
they literally are battling for contention.
I know, but
Even with Bryce Harper not in the lineup and Castellanos getting a couple hits here and there, but hitting zero for power, like zero power, like I don't know what happened to his.
I can't believe I just said poop dick. I'm sorry, I derailed you. Go.
We are fucking back. It's official.
It's here.
Hold on, let me take a sip of this whiskey real quick. So Castellanos. Speaking of, there's been quite a hot situation going on with old Castellanos and Jim Salisbury from Comcast Sportsnet.
Yeah.
So
What
do
did
you
he
know-
ask? I saw the
Okay.
clip and I was just like, I don't know. Fucking listen to this.
So he asked him. He said, been struggling at the plate, a lot of struggles at the plate. Did you hear the boos last night? Did you hear the boos tonight? And Castellanos is like, do you think I lost my hearing?
He said that,
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, no, I was just asking if you heard the boos. And then he's like, oh, you're serious? And then he looks around at the other reporters and he's like, any of you guys want to answer this question? Like this, like calling him the clown question. And then Salisbury got pretty uppity. And then so did Castellanos a little bit. But listen, man, it's not a bad question. The question of acknowledging that you suck and the crowd is booing you is a valid question. But saying it that way is not valid. That's a nudge question. He's trying to poke him.
Could you argue, which I will, that maybe he was being respectful and didn't want to just be like, dude, you fucking suck right now.
No.
Did you hear the boos?
No. Are you kidding me? Dude, the way you go about this is this. Hey, listen, Nick, you've been struggling at the plate lately. The crowd's really getting on you. A lot of boos tonight. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah,
Not
pretty good.
Not, hey, did you hear the boos tonight?
What if Jim, I love Jim, by the way. I think he's
So do
great.
I. I think he's awesome. So it's funny.
But he wants them to win just as much as we want them to win.
Yeah, he's a fan. So the people on Twitter are taking sides and shit. It's hilarious, dude.
Twitter's just cesspool. I just wish Jim had a fucking cigarette and he was like, "You're struggling at the plate. You suck, dick. Did you hear the boos?"
That would be amazing, actually.
Just ripping a whole cigarette in one fucking pool. Give me life. Now the Phillies are just doing what they do, which is just 10 years of just blah baseball. That's all it really is to me. It sucks.
Um, yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. It sucks because, like you said, um, fucking Bryce is out. Castellanos isn't pulling his weight really. You know, it's just if they would have had everything, I really think that they would be much better than they are. I mean, I don't think that's a stretch to say that. I really don't.
No, but I mean, we've been saying this for years. And of
I know.
course, the bullpen shows up.
Yep.
And then, on the flip side, you can also say, like, JT Realmuto is having not a bad year, but he's having a similar Castellanos year, which you expect more. And that's the problem with these contracts. When you're giving out hundreds of millions of dollars, people expect you to produce in some way. Like, I know that people kind of hound on Schwarber, but he's got 30 home runs. He's at least doing what he's got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. But here's the thing with that though. Like you're mentioning the money. You know, I think that's a shitty argument.
What do you mean?
Like I don't think that like it's not their fault. It's the same thing as like Rager, right? If you talk if you talk about Rager and like it's not his fault that he was drafted there and doesn't have the skill that like adds up to that position, right? So the same thing can be said about these contracts. These contracts, it almost doesn't matter how good you are, or like it matters a little bit, but like not really, because the contracts just keep getting bigger and bigger. So like it doesn't matter that 3 years ago Bryce Harper would sign it. I'm just throwing out numbers, $20 million a year. Now this year, like if Manny Machado was up for a contract, he would get like $37 million a year. Does that mean he's $17 million a year better than Bryce Harper? No. It's because the contracts keep going up way too fast, and it makes these guys look like shit more. Whereas Castellanos and Schwarber are probably really like $15 million fucking players. Like, but
easily.
They just got overpaid because this is what happens with contracts. So
well, that's not what I'm arguing about. I'm saying
okay,
Jim Salisbury can ask you that. What?
I'll delete all that. No, I won't.
No, it's all good. No. I mean, it's a fair point. It's exactly correct, and I've been on the side of that. Like, except for Ryan Howard, because I was really pissed off.
You're saying that Jim Salisbury should be able to ask him any fucking question he wants to in any way because he makes millions of dollars to play a game.
Exactly. Like
yeah.
You're hired
I
to
get
do.
That.
You're hired to do a job. You get paid well for your job, and if you have to clean up the fucking scraps along the way, like I'm sales, but I'm doing inventory this week for my company.
Right.
So like, yeah, I get it. Like I'm paid.
I was just there a couple weeks ago.
yeah, exactly. So like you know how it works, man. You just got to do what you got to do, and if there's some criticism, I just feel like if you're making that much money, you can just answer the fucking question, or be like, that's kind of a dick question. I heard it. Next question. You don't have to be this whole like, oh, I can't believe you asked me. Can you believe this guy asked me that fucking question?
Well, no, he didn't. No, I don't see, but I don't think. So, do you truly think that he was like taking it back because he asked him about the booze, or was he offended by the way he fucking said it?
Well, I think it was option A, but you think it was the way he said it.
I do. I really do. I think it was the way he worded it.
That's fair. I mean, it's still at the end of the day.
It doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, if he's sitting there with like it's the same thing with Schwarber. Like if they're sitting there with double-digit home runs, 25, your average doesn't matter as much. At the end of the day.
No, I mean this day and age, like it's a true thing. Like guys are hitting for more power. They're focusing on launch angle. Like they want slugging. So like they don't give a fuck about hits. They don't care how many fucking hits they get, how many doubles did I have, how many triples did I have, how many fucking home runs did I hit, because that's the shit that adds up faster for them and makes them more money, dude.
Well,
go on. I don't. You could make an argument that a guy who hits 375 every year and hits for 3 home runs,
I don't want that player.
Would he make the same amount of money as a guy who hits for 225 but hits 40 home runs a year? No. He wouldn't.
I agree. I don't want that 375. I was just literally about to say this. It was funny that you're saying this. Like that was always the funniest thing to me. Was like people would be like, "Well, yeah, he hit 45 home runs, but he was top 10 in strikeouts. Who gives a fuck? I certainly don't care. If the team
So
is
then what was your
making,
beef? What was your beef with Ryan Howard then?
I was just young, immature, and
Okay, that's fair.
and the pitch to the left in the dirt really, really is frustrating watching that for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then when he tore his, when the sniper took his Achilles out, it was just a gut wrench. Because you know what I think I knew? Once that happened, I was like, oh no, Phillies are going to be shit. So that's kind of, it was all those emotions,
I was in denial when that happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty, they should have won that series too. That's so frustrating. Yeah, I think the Phillies are, and listen, we know this, you know this. Yours might be a little bit farther down in your system than me, but the Phillies are only as good as Bryce Harper. And without Bryce Harper, this is what you got. Now, hopefully, Gene Segura can come back. And listen, he's not going to light a fire on this team, and they're going to win 25 extra games because Gene Segura is in the lineup. But he gets you 5 or 6 more wins, I think.
I think you're right.
So, I don't know. Can they tread water? He was supposed to. Harper was supposed to get pins out of his elbow. He didn't happen. So that delays him a week now.
Out of his thumb.
Yeah, sorry, elbow.
Wrong injury.
Yeah, wrong injury, same timeline. I don't know, man. The Phillies are so frustrating that and it's peaks and valleys, man. And again, we talked about this very early on. I mean, at least I have. They might make the playoffs. They don't have a chance in the fucking playoffs. Zero shot. Who are they beating?
No, and they're not going to beat anybody. But this is the same argument, right? So this is the same argument as the Eagles. I didn't want the Eagles to make the playoffs last year. I thought it was a waste of time. I thought it was you get no experience. Listen, I don't want to hear about playoff experience when you talk about the Eagles going to Tampa Bay and getting fucking murdered. Okay,
I disagree.
That's not playoff experience. It's not. It's not.
But to watch for Jalen Hurts, it is though. To watch Tom Brady, it really is.
To watch Tom Brady dissect your squad twice in one season.
I don't remember the first one.
It's a good thing you don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can't take it away from them that they made it. All my point is that they were never going to beat anybody in the playoffs.
And who did they draft this year? I'm drawing a blank.
It was very obvious that they weren't. Don't go there yet because you're gonna start time hopping on us.
Oh, sorry. That's it.
So the Phillies. Oh God. The Phillies are.
It's only gonna get worse.
I know the Phillies are okay, and I truly believe that.
What do you mean, like okay, like an okay team, or they're gonna be okay?
Oh no, like they're gonna make the playoffs.
Oh, you really want to sign, steal, and deliver that?
I do. Yeah, I do.
I honestly don't know if Bryce Harper's back this year.
Here's my predictions right now. I'll give you this, right? So I don't know. Did you get stuck to the microphone again?
Yeah, always.
I don't know if Bryce Harper will be back, so I can't really predict that because that's outside of the wheelhouse, right? But I'll predict this. Castellanos, as of today, is batting 249, and he's got 8 homers. Right? I think he finishes the season with at least double the homers. At least. So he's going to get close to 20 homers, and I think he'll be batting 275.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's like some crazy.
That's for him.
I just this team is so painstakingly just frustrating.
And right now they're 1 game out of the wild card.
But what's that say about the NL wild card?
Well, I mean,
it's just kind of a trash can.
Well, yeah, but it's no worse than the American League wild card. The American League wild card is probably worse, honestly.
Who is beating the Astros? Who is beating the Yankees?
Well,
one of those two, right?
Yeah.
I don't see who's beating these like these.
Toronto gets hot though. Toronto gets hot. But I mean, they're not doing it. They're not doing
Listen, this is literally This is exactly what we talked about with the Eagles. Like, yeah, they got into the playoffs, and we knew they stood like zero chance. Like our predictions were fan predictions, right? Like we wanted them to win, but like if you looked at that objectively, like outside, the Eagles had 2% chance of winning that game. 2%, just like the Steelers had 0% chance to win that game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, it just like there's so much mud in the playoffs that like there's like 3 really good fucking teams. 4, you know what I mean?
But you agree that if the Phillies bust a bubble and make the make the playoffs, that is a step. Yes.
No, of course. I mean, you're honestly, if you don't think that's a step, you're just an asshole, right? Like,
You just
I'm
hate her.
yeah, and I'm a Phillies hater, just because I've been in. It's like an abusive relationship for 10 years, and so like yeah, that's my hater. But I would acknowledge that that's a step forward for sure. And like I feel like if you don't, you're probably wrong there in that sense.
Yep. All right, we both agree there. So the Phillies have still a long road ahead. I mean, they have the rest of July. They have
Can't get swept by the Cubs coming out of the All-Star break. Come on.
No, it's bad. Really, they should have won Saturday, hands down. I mean, Wheeler looked great on Saturday. You got to win that game. And then
you can
yesterday,
lose the series.
yeah, like if they would have won Saturday and you lose the way they did on Sunday, all right. I mean, it sucks, but it's like, all right, whatever. But you can't get swept, man. It makes you look like shit. It just looks bad. It just looks bad.
Cubs.
And the Cubs suck.
They're not even trying.
So they're fighting with Atlanta right now. It's 4-3 in the 7th. I don't know how that's going to work out. Atlanta's batting. It's the top. They have second and third. But they have Atlanta. Then they have Pittsburgh for 4. So there's some winnable games. I mean, they have a pretty, I don't want to say easy schedule, but I mean, it's not the hardest schedule in baseball. I mean,
by standards, I think it is a pretty easy schedule.
It is. Like if you look at the strength of schedule, it's like among the easiest left.
Which let me tell you about strength of schedule. It pisses me off about strength of schedule. I love that when they do that in football, they're like strength of schedule. It means nothing.
I know.
It means absolutely nothing.
Dude, look at you need to know how much it means. Look at the fucking free agent. Look at the list of people that changed teams this offseason. That's why strength of schedule means absolutely fucking nothing.
But like baseball right now can put out a strength of schedule, and yeah, it's accurate as shit, and you can go with that. But that preseason bullshit strength of schedule, oh my god, makes me sick. People follow that like it's like gospel.
I know. But yeah, so the Phillies have a decent schedule ahead. Plenty of games to be won. I think they make the wild card. We'll see. We'll argue more about it next week. We can move on though.
Who wouldn't want to play the Phillies in October? Red October. Oh boy.
Hey, listen, anything can happen once you make the playoffs.
And Rudy was on sides.
Sorry, Jake. So, what do you want to do next, Kenny? You want to talk about football, or do you want to wait?
Yeah.
You want to talk about?
Do it.
All right, so go ahead. Talk about football.
Jalen Hurts' arm looks weak.
So supposedly, there was some pretty hot and heavy reporting coming out of training camp from D Gunn.
Tell me unemployed D Gunn is not trying to stir the pot and try to get a fucking job.
So D Gunn, is D Gunn the one? Is he working with Mike Missinelli? Is that what I saw? I can't remember.
I hope you didn't see that, because I've lost all, like I had like very little respect. I'll have zero respect.
I don't know if he's on that
Mike
show or not.
Mike Missinelli is still going to try to do things, huh? He's still going to try to be relevant.
It is, dude. It is him. So Mike Missinelli, Seth Joyner, Derek Gunn, and Devin Caney, that blonde.
I'm interested.
Yeah, are doing a immediate post-game show only broadcast on YouTube.
Who's watching that?
I don't know.
Like, no, serious. Actually, we might, because we could probably dissect the shit out of that for the podcast.
It's true. I might tune into it, but I probably won't tune into it right away. I might watch it on replay.
Can we stop with this, with this washed up Philly media bullshit? Like, why do they keep consistently this reminds me of when Natalie Eganoff and what's her name, Sam, is it Stafford now?
Sam Staff. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah. So that was when they're like, we're quitting our jobs and going to go work for Parks Casino. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Seriously.
You and me?
I can't with this city and the fucking sports radio and sports personalities. Like, what's next? Mike Missinelli gonna fucking cook in his kitchen on Twitch? Like, seriously, he's gonna make Bassa Vazul.
Oh, yeah, that literally happened.
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Mike Missinelli legit had a cooking show online. I swear to God.
Oh my god. Come on, man. We're better than that, right?
No, apparently not.
And was it Sunday night?
Here's the thing. Listen. I'm hesitant to shit all over media and sports media because I like it. I like it. I listen to it. I consume the fuck out of it. And we're doing it right now. We're doing it. So
we're just two fat jamokes from Montgomery County.
Listen,
or you live in Chester?
I live in Chester now. Back
Chesco. It's like Delco.
I live in the country.
Better.
I take in a lot of fucking sports talk. So I don't hate it.
Oh.
It's just tired. The same old people. It's tired. And yesterday, fucking Angelo threw out the first pitch at the Phillies game.
Why?
Because he's retiring, I think.
Did anyone look at the Phillies schedule and they're like, oh my god, no, Angelo's gonna throw out the first pitch. We have to get there.
I don't even know if they fucking tell you who's throwing out the first pitch.
I'll tell you what, the first pitch is corny. The only good one was 50 Cent.
There's been a couple legendary ones, dude.
Yeah. I'm done with this fucking town. It's depressing to be a fan of all four of these teams. At least the Eagles put a product that you could spend money on and watch. You know what I mean?
And they always will.
Yeah, for sure. Jeffrey Lurie's committed. Jeffrey Lurie is the best owner in the city.
It's not even a question.
I would almost put Jeffrey Lurie in the top 5 GOATs of ownership. The man will spend money.
There was some treacherous times when this is almost because of sports talk radio. I was starting to believe that Jeffrey Lurie sucked and didn't care and didn't want to win and all this, right?
Yeah,
because that's
the mantra. What year are you talking about?
Well,
seriously, I'm trying to figure out.
I'd have to look. I'd have to.
Chip Kelly, the time right after Chip Kelly.
It was in between the Reed era, yeah, and
because you know what it is you expected to win with Reed. And then we went into this that Chip Kelly game. I'm gonna say this.
I couldn't wait for Chip Kelly.
Yeah, and that first game against the Redskins was
legendary.
Can I say that? Can I say the Redskins? I don't want to be canceled.
I don't know. Can we say it when we go?
I'm wearing a Carson Wentz jersey.
I have one.
And I'm gonna put a big giant piece of duct tape on his sucks ass.
Candy on. Late outs.
That Redskins game was probably one of the single-handedly greatest games. Single-handed. I
don't know if a game can perform an action.
Yeah, okay. This isn't English. Fucking chill out. All right.
I got you. I'm with you.
Anyway, that was like one of the greatest games I've ever seen because the expectations were there. They were hyped as shit. They're like Chip Kelly, 1 minute offense. And then Mike Vick was like the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life. And then I think they won like 10 games or like 8 games, and then they lost the rest of the season,
It was bad.
which is just so fucking Philadelphia. It just
It
cracks
was.
me up, man.
It was. Chip Kelly's ideas were like really actually kind of good, but like,
Yeah, but it only took, what, half of the season for teams to figure out?
well, it's that, and it's also, you know, professional athletes perform at a higher level than
Yeah,
college athletes.
true.
And like, you know, so even if you're like really good at any offense, like the professional athletes are going to catch up to it and they're going to fucking figure you out. And the Eagles definitely didn't have enough speed to
I mean, who were the wide receivers?
yeah, exactly.
I think it was it Jackson, Macklin?
Yes.
But you're right on the speed end of it, though. On the D side was the problem because the offense would score so quickly, and then the D had to come out, and then the D
Or
would
turn it
kinda-
over, or they wouldn't
Yeah.
score and they would just go 3 and out in like 30 seconds, like literally.
100%, and you gassed your defense. That was the problem with it, and then like I said, like you just watch enough game tape, because again, those people's jobs is to watch game tape. So like when your job is dedicated to watching game tape, you're gonna figure people out, and there's friends of friends on teams and shit that read. You know what I'm trying to say? Like coaches are
Yeah.
like, hey, we got the Eagles next week. You got any information for me? You know that kind of shit happens all the time.
But dude, I was so hype about the 2013 Eagles because Chip Kelly, I loved Chip Kelly in college. Like, I still like him. I still like Chip Kelly in college.
I was
Like,
Chip Kelly's biggest hater from day one.
You really were.
It's
really
an
were.
impressive call on my end. I'm just saying. I don't get them right often, but when I do, I hit it out of the park. Castellanos can take something from me. I hit it out of the park when it matters.
Oh.
Clown question, bro.
By the way, they did. I don't see I don't see Macklin on this roster.
So who was the other wide receiver?
So they had D-Jack. They had Riley Cooper,
Racist.
Jason Avant.
I thought he was there.
Oh my god, dude!
I read an article recently. I should have fucking shared it. That they were talking about how like
their big thing with the tight ends. They had Zach Ertz and
Chad Lewis.
Brent Selleck.
Oh, wrong year.
Chad Lewis.
Do you remember when they called him back for the Super Bowl? He was running a construction job in Philly.
Yeah, I do.
They're like, put your hard hat away and wear this Eagles black helmet.
Yeah, I do. Riley Cooper had 800 yards receiving that year.
Yeah.
And they made the
It's a
fucking
shame.
playoffs in his first year, dude.
Oh, that's right. Then the next year was the year that they had like a bunch of wins and they lost out.
Yeah, in his first year, they actually like came on. They came back. Like they were down. It wasn't looking good. Like they were.
Who did they lose to?
Look, they were 3-5 after week 8,
Yeah.
and then they came back and they won. They won 5 in a row. They went 7-1 the remaining games.
Who did they play in the playoffs?
The Saints.
They got shit house. No, actually, it was close. I think I remember that.
The score. I don't remember the score, but I know they played the Saints.
Listen, if the Saints are coming to town or the Seahawks are coming to town, I'm missing that game.
26-24. They lost by 2.
Yeah, I do remember that now. I remember Drew Brees taking his helmet and his stupid fucking birthmark mole thing that he had removed that looks like shit. And I remember he was fist pumping off the field.
Yeah, but I remember Drew Brees didn't have a good game though. Like he didn't.
No.
Like he had a couple interceptions. I think I remember.
He wasn't fantasy Drew Brees in the prime. You remember like that guy?
Yeah.
I think we got beat up by the running back who was. It wasn't Bush. No, we're way late.
I think like D'Amico Ryans had a fucking interception in that game. I don't know why that's sticking out.
He's going to be a defensive coordinator soon.
Okay.
Wait, he is.
Is he?
I think he is.
Their running back was probably Mark Ingram.
Oh, Mark Ingram.
I think.
Bitch.
I gotta look it up. Why am I guessing?
Deuce McAllister.
It was Mark Ingram. Yeah, Drew
He
Brees
did.
went for 250, 1 touchdown, and 2 picks. And one of them was to fucking D'Amico Ryans. I don't know why the fuck I knew
That's
that.
actually great. Yeah, he is the defensive coordinator for the Niners, so I think he's gonna be a
Okay, so he'll be a head coach soon.
Yeah, I think so too. Although everyone in the NFL will be like, it's racist. They won't fucking pick him as the head coach.
I don't give a fuck. If you're a good coach, I want you as my head coach, man.
And I tell you what, that's why I think Eric Baloney, what's his name?
The enemy,
I think he's not a good coach.
right? That's the only answer now. That's
Yeah,
the only
and
answer.
players have come out and said that shit.
That's the only option now. I mean, so many teams have passed on him. Like, is
If
the whole
Doug Peterson can get a job out of Kansas City under Andy Reid, there's no reason Eric can't. Seriously, unless he's terrible.
either that or he doesn't want to, which I don't know who would say that. So,
Well, that's the funny thing about being like a good OC. You become a head coach, you're gonna suck, And if you do suck, you're in the league for 3 years, and then you're back to being an OC. So I mean, like, really, it's just like a slight career change,
right.
Yep.
Yep.
Is football back? I need it.
It's pretty clear that we need football. Like, listen to us talk about football.
I love football.
I know. I got so like you were talking about the draft, right?
Oh yeah. We took. Oh, so my whole argument. I remember who we took, but my whole argument about like what you were trying to say about making the playoffs. Like, you could argue. The only argument for not wanting to make the playoffs would be like a higher draft pick, but it didn't matter because Howie Roseman, for some reason, hit it out of the park again.
Yeah, he fucking knows how to. And that's the other thing too. Like, so they talk about like hating on Jeffrey Lurie, dude. The hate on Howie, like not even that long ago, like less than 2 years ago. People were like, this guy needs to get the fuck out of here. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Meanwhile, we're sitting here with like multiple first round picks every fucking year somehow. We're making ridiculous trades, getting shit back that for people that is just ridiculous. And now we have the best wide receiver core that the Eagles have literally ever had. On paper.
Until old injury bug comes.
On paper. Yeah. Literally ever.
Can we talk about how Jalen Reagor is not going to make the team? You want a hot take? There it is. Boom, in your face. Burn you on the stove.
I mean, I don't know if you can call Jalen Reagor not making the team a hot take.
I think you can.
He sucks. Why?
Just because of where he was drafted.
Just because he was a first-round pick? Yeah. Okay, I get it.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this, big boy. Pull up the wide receiver core.
All right.
I want to go through it. So obviously we know Smith's on the team, Brown's on the team, right?
I hope so.
So is it Watkins?
So what do you want to know?
So we keep 5, right?
Yeah, they'll probably keep 5.
All right, so what do you got after those two,
I'm going to tell you what they have now, and then I think they only list 4 on the depth chart.
Okay.
No, they got 8 because they got the 2 sides. So you got they got a lot of, actually there's a lot of wide receivers on here. I found all of them. So you got AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, and Quez Watkins as your 3, right?
Locks. Oh, you know who I just forgot about again?
Pascal?
Zach. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really think he's going to be like it depends how they line up. Like, I think he's going to be a good in the slot, but they're talking about using AJ Brown in the slot because he's physical.
I don't give a shit.
I don't either.
I don't give a. Okay, so we got 4 guarantees.
So you got AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Quez Watkins, Zach Pascal. Then after that, it gets a little questionable, right? You got Jalen Reagor, Greg Ward, Deion Kane, who's running a lot, John Hightower, Josh Hammond.
He's gone.
Devin Allen.
He's not making the team.
Britton Covey.
Yeah, whoever the fuck that is. See ya.
Carrick Wheatfall.
Oh, I like that last name. Okay. So they keep 5. They
Sounds
keep
like a
5,
white guy.
maybe 6 at the most.
It
Because
depends. It depends what they're doing for like punt return and shit like that.
your argument is that Hightower makes the team because he's going to be a special team. Or I'm sorry, he's going to be a practice squad guy.
Right.
So I consider that making the team. Everyone else after Hightower, it doesn't matter really. They're not keeping that down unless that Allen dude comes in and is electric on kick returns and punt returns.
I'll tell you what my biggest concern is. Well, no, let's finish our wide receiver conversation. Sorry.
Yeah, you're
So,
good.
yeah. So that's the 5, right?
I got to keep Ward over Rager. I really do. I have to.
I wouldn't. I
You
really
wouldn't.
No.
You wouldn't.
No, I think Rager should be on the team.
I can't possibly watch another season of Jason McLaughlin running around out in the fucking field. That's how tall this guy is. And for reference, it's 5'3" on a good day. 5'4" if he wears heels.
Oh man.
I can't, man. I can't. I think Greg Ward brings something to the team. I really do.
Listen, man. Here's the thing. I am a very strong believer in the third year, right? The third year. I need to see the third year. That's just how I am with everybody.
Oh my God, Chad Johnson tweeted that out. And now you've just been gobbling it down.
Did
like
he really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. That's just what I believe. I've said that on the podcast before. The third year is when it's make or break. Like that's when
he doesn't want to be here. There was another fucking article that came out that said like Rager and the Eagles know they need to change. You know, need it.
Okay, so like, would you want to be here when you go on Twitter and like your boy gets killed in a car accident and they're like, "Yeah, well, catch a football, you piece of shit." Like, would you want to be here? I don't think I want to be here either. I mean, seriously, that happened.
I know. I think that's a piece of shit move, but like, boo hoo! You're a professional athlete who's not producing. And I don't care where you're drafted. I understand that's a shitty circumstance for you. I understand that. But boo fucking who? Now, the car accident thing, that's like an extreme, all right? That's like a super extreme. That's not cool. But everything else he gets, warrant it, man.
Hey, listen, I was at the
and
game.
You can't. If you're Jalen Rager, you can't tweet out, be like, "Here's my address. Run up if you want some smoke." Like, bro, I'll kick you off the stool. You can't reach the cereal boxes.
No, he might be able to still beat my ass, but like because he's probably like fit and shit. But
of course,
like, fuck that.
It's the principle, though. You can't be running your mouth like that shit. People like Alec Baum are the people you want in this city, right? Yeah. I fucking hate this place. Guess what, Alec? Me too. Me fucking too, brother.
Welcome to the family, buddy.
Yeah. Welcome to the dark side.
Welcome to the dark side. So that's the wide receiver situation. So you would keep Ward, cut Rager.
I really would, because
if that's what it came down to. I don't think it. Maybe it won't. Maybe they'll keep 6 and it won't matter.
Can they PS Rager? No. Can they PS Ward? Maybe. Someone might pick Ward up though. Someone will pick up Rager.
Oh yeah, Rager would definitely.
I'm sure there's some like wide receiver coach out of TCU that signed with the Denver Broncos, and they're like, "Yeah, sign him up, man."
And then Russ Wilson is throwing like fucking 900 yards to Jalen Rager.
Oh my god! And that's another thing too is like you lose trust in your wide receiver, so those drops really do impact. Because you know what? It's like a fucking vortex, man. Jalen Hurts sucks. Why does Jalen Hurts sucks? Because all his passes to Rager get dropped. So Jalen Hurts. So if I'm Jalen Hurts,
I ain't throwing Rager. Yeah, I know.
So it really is. It's a vortex, man. Of just like who's gonna get blamed and who's gonna get.
Well, to me, I think they keep 6, and I think they keep Brown, Smith, Watkins, Pascal, Rager, Ward. That's what I think they do.
Hightower on the practice squad. If I just touched on this, and might be whatever's going on this side of the computer, but if if Allen can return, I'm interested.
Yeah.
But the Eagles have had this situation a couple of years ago. I don't remember when it was, but they had a really fast guy that was really good on kick returns, and then they just cut him. You know what I mean? They didn't even let it after camp, and people were all pissed off, all fired up. And I don't even think he's in the league. I don't remember who it was. I remember specifically, though, it was like a year or two ago. Because, I mean, it was definitely within 3 years because I was with Chrissy. And I remember just trying to have a conversation with her about, like, why I'm upset that they're not going to sign this guy.
Yeah, but you don't remember who it was.
No, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't pick him out of a lineup. So it wouldn't. They did this with Jeremy Bloom, the Olympic skier. They signed him to be the kick returner, and he did all right. He didn't do great. Fucking few games. I mean, what do you got to lose? It can't be worse than putting Rager back there, right?
No, it can't be worse. That's the one thing that can't happen. Like Rager cannot be your kickoff guy or your punt guy. Can't be. Like I don't care
He's
who
on
it is.
special teams. He's making tackles.
Yeah, it can't be him, dude. Put Boston Scott back there.
Still on that experiment. Christ.
I don't know. I don't like it. I like Gainwell though.
Oh, big Gainwell guy.
So the one here.
I have something for you. I screenshotted it. Sometimes I like to keep nuggets from you so that we can discuss here.
Okay.
Where is it?
What, like to call me out about it?
No. Just to discuss. They. I didn't even see that. This is now just pissed me off. All right, NFL running back rankings. Okay.
Yep. Uh-huh.
I'll give you where Miles Sanders is, and then I want you to give me the top 3, okay?
Oh, God.
Actually, I'll give you what's pissed me off. I'll give you 2 of them. I want your top 3. Miles Sanders at 17, Saquon Barkley at 18.
That's insane.
Yeah. So who is your number 1? I think this is bullshit. Just so you know.
You think?
Oh yeah, I think this is a terrible list.
I mean, I would have to put Derrick Henry number 1. I don't know how you don't.
All right, so Henry at 1.
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. At 2.
You did not let me prepare for this. I'm like literally going off my fucking head.
Yeah, it's fine. Just give me anyone.
I probably Chubb.
Yeah. So, but my problem is Jonathan Taylor at 1, Nick Chubb at 2, Derrick Henry at 3 seems like a stretch to me.
In that order, I agree. I don't like that order.
And then Dalvin Cook, McCaffrey, Mixon, Kamara, and then it's just a mess. You know what I mean? Najee
Yeah.
Harris.
Now you're getting into the weeds now.
Antonio Gibson is number 11.
Oh my, that's way too high.
And the Packers have 2 running backs at 12 and 14. So who's not represented on this list, right? Because there's 32 players. So a team doesn't have. This thing is donkey doo doo.
Who posted that?
It says It says Pro Football Network.
I don't know.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know. I would take Henry first. I think. I don't see how you don't.
I mean, my whole argument is you cannot look at not even career-wise. Just take Barkley and take Sanders, put them next to each other. I'm taking the man with the mountain calves.
How do you not take Barkley over? Yeah, I mean, that's impossible.
I mean, if we're just going off of stats, injury history, Sanders is probably not even in the top 20, 25.
Well, neither is Barkley, then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could just, keep going with this list.
Yeah, you could destroy that list.
I mean, Antonio Gibson of the Commanders at 11, that is a fucking stretch, man. Josh Jacobs at 23. What happened to him? What, he all doesn't know how to play football? I don't know.
I mean, Christian McCaffrey has just been getting injured too much, man.
Number 5.
So, like, he's good, but like you could make an argument that like Aaron Jones from the Packers is like top 10.
He's 12.
Dalvin Cook, he's legit.
Who?
Dalvin Cook.
He's 4. The problem with running back in the league is like they got 3 years.
Oh yeah, they fucking bash him.
Oh yeah, bash and mash their
So
kneecaps.
listen, let's get back to the Eagles
I'm
because
sorry.
I have a concern. I have a very big concern. Do you trust Jack Stoll?
Who?
You?
The tight end?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big fan.
Okay. I'm a little concerned that like what if Dallas is the guy, right? Like we keep talking about this. We keep talking about the injury bug. Like what if it's Dallas?
What, they gets hurt?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to get a free agent.
Okay. So that's my point, right? So like
But as a number two, I'm certainly comfortable with what he has shown.
yeah, I'm just saying they're thin there. Like and maybe it's
Yeah.
because we've been so lucky to have like Ertz and Goddard for like the past couple years, right?
Goddard's gonna take it to another level now that like this Ertz fucking hanging around bullshit is gone. He's not here. A
Yeah.
whole season as the number one. I mean, I don't think his blocking's gonna improve. I think he's a shitty fucking blocker, but like he gets it
Terrible
done, right?
blocker. Terrible blocker.
Get low and drive. But I like the Kyle Rudolph to Tampa Bay move though. I really do. And Kyle Rudolph, if you do fantasy, is probably a top 7 tight end. I really do believe that.
He's solid. Solid tight end.
And I mean, he's struggled, but he went to New York, and like Tom Brady is the tight end whisperer. I'm so glad Tom Brady's out of New England because I just love fucking Tom Brady, and I couldn't love him in New England.
Why?
I just hate New England. I hate that whole mass asshole bullshit.
Dude, turn your speakers down.
Fuck you. Don't speak to me like that on my podcast.
I hear that I hear you. I just always have liked Tom Brady, dude. I did always.
Oh, dude, in the thick of it though, when like Boston
Well, not when
Bruins.
no, not in the very beginning when he was younger and like they were beating up. They beat us and then like the Bruins were good and like all this shit.
The Red Sox.
I think over time though I was like, all right, like fucking he's like probably like one of the best ever.
If the Eagles would have won that Super Bowl in 04.
If the Eagles would have won the Super Bowl in 04, then that means the Phillies would have won the World Series in 09 and 10 because we wouldn't have sold our fucking soul to win a stupid fucking Super Bowl because it would have already happened. So it would have been out.
Yeah, but you know what? There's something special about winning the Super Bowl in Minnesota. Fucking stupid fucking Viking fans. Idiots.
I mean, I couldn't imagine. I don't know.
They're the corniest fan base, man. Ugh.
Skull.
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 Oh, oh, oh. Let's go to the Rocky statue and.
Dude, I'll never forget the
That's
fucking that fucking picture of like where they were like zoomed in the video.
Yeah.
It looked like they had hundreds of people, and then you see the fucking helicopter shot. There's like 25 people there.
Just like that fucking monkey with the fucking symbols.
Yeah, the symbols. Yeah.
Fucking dumbass fan base.
All right. Well, we were talking about the Eagles in some capacity. Really, we were just talking about their roster, and
So I'm surprised that you said you're worried about tight end. Honestly,
I'm only worried because I don't know if I can trust Stoll as like an every down tight end that like produces yards like that.
can he block?
That's all. No, I'm telling you my concerns. Yes, he can block. He's a great blocker.
No, that's what I'm saying. So he can block. So they're not going to run too many 2 tight end sets then if they're worried about it. Correct?
Unless they need a blocker on like the weak side,
and that's my point. It's like the Eagles are going to know what they got, and if it's a concern, they'll either go get someone, or they'll just tailor the offense to. I think you'll be surprised by Stoll though. I like him.
So what do you think about? I'm not,
and I have no reason to like him. I don't know who he is. I don't even know where he went to college.
What do you think about? I don't either. Actually, I could.
It's probably like fucking UMass. The Minuteman.
What do you think about? I'll look it up because I want to know. But what do you think about Hurts? What do you think about like the over under? If you set the over under on rushing yards where he was last year, are you over or under?
Under. I need it under. I need it under. I need it way under.
Right, but so you're betting the under because you hope it's under.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think
Nebraska,
that it will
by the
pan.
way.
Where was it?
Nebraska.
Oh,
We should have known that.
Cornhusker, yeah. Give it to me. Big Ten, nitty gritty, tight end. Hates Iowa. We all hate Iowa. Pandering bullshit.
That's right.
Ooh, I'm even more sold on Stoll. Ooh, I might get his jersey.
Get it.
No, Hurts needs to be under and considerably under.
784 yards rushing.
Under.
I mean, it's an easy under bet, but like, what if you put it at like, if I was making that line, I would put it at like 650.
Oh, I was thinking actually even lower than you. I was thinking like 585. Seriously.
Wow, that's really low.
So you would hammer the over if that was your thing?
585.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd hammer it, but he's gonna run, dude. Like he's gonna run.
For the Eagles to be successful, they need good O-line play from both sides of the ball, decent quarterback play, and the rest of it will work itself out. I honestly think that if you're an Eagles fan, you need to pray to whoever you believe in to have Hurts under and by a significant amount. I really do believe that.
Well, I think that you're right, but that's because you're hoping if he's under, that means that he's being successful in the passing game.
And that's like kind of the worry. Like, is if he's struggling, and I'm using this mentally like loose. Hold on, I gotta fart. If he
It wouldn't be a podcast without a fart from Kenny.
I have a medical condition. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
I think you were going to talk about Hurts struggling mentally, but
so
not
yeah,
really.
so yeah. So like, if he's mentally struggling in a game, early on with like the passing, I could see him running. I think week 1 is going to be a struggle for the Eagles because they're going to try to force feed Brown. They're going to try to force feed Smith, and then I think they win because it's the fucking shitty Lions. But I think in the beginning you'll see struggling, and then you'll see like a pretty significant run game from Hurts, and they'll win comfortably. But I think that first half's going to look a little funky, just because I feel like they're going to be like trying to force feed every fucking buddy, especially AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, yeah, they're going to be forcing the ball to AJ Brown without a doubt.
And I'm sure someone will argue with me. You could almost say that you can force the ball to A.J. Brown if he's in the slot. Because it's just dumping dinks. And then the dude's a yak machine. I mean, a yak machine. And yards after contact, he's another... Oh, they took the... Stout homered. Nice. It's about time he gets going.
3-run.
Oh, man. They got to win. Obviously. Oh, Captain Obvious. My name's Kenny. I'm important duty. But right. Yeah, if he's in the slot, you can force it because you just do like quick drop and boom, dump and dink, man, and he could probably get you 10 yards every other play. He's that good.
So, but it's going to come down to like, is Hurts quick enough to read that play, and
that's where you need the growth.
Hurts doesn't throw over the middle, and like you're talking about like a lot of over the middle play, and probably if you're going to run quick stuff out of the slot, like
it's like a flower pot, it needs time to grow.
I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous, but I'm excited as shit about the Eagles coming back. I'm like so fucking ready, man.
Okay, so if you double team, I need football. If you double team AJ Brown, right? Smith can win 1-on-1 against 80% of the corners in the league.
Right. So if you got Smith almost all the time against the second best guy.
Yeah, and the Eagles have one of the best corners in the game, so that's another. That's just another percent onto us. So, and if that's not there, you have the speed of Watkins, wherever the fuck he's hanging out.
Listen, man, I agree. Like they should fucking have so many fucking weapons. It's not funny. Like the most that we
And
probably ever had. Like literally
and
ever, dude.
if you can't find Watkins, you can find old concrete hands Dallas Goddard, and
So
then you can find Kenneth Gainwell.
so Hurts should have 4,000 yards this year.
See, but then when you say that out loud, it just sounds egregious, right?
I know. Yeah, I almost laughed saying it.
Because I was gonna be like, well, they could have 1,000-yard receiver.
All right, listen. Hurts needs to have 3,000 yards. Need
For what? What does that get you? Like, what?
But like he's already had that. Like I'm not saying like that's not.
No,
a
I mean,
bar.
what's
He's
the
already set that bar.
expectation for the season?
To me, it's 3,800. That's my expectation.
3,800 wins in one season.
No, 3,800 yards.
How many wins do you think they need? Like, what would for you be considered a successful season? Second round exit?
I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that.
Super Bowl, baby.
No. I'm just saying I don't like to gauge it by like the round they lose in the playoffs. Like because this is where people get trapped with the Sixers, right? And then like they're like, well, yeah, but it was like less games this time, so like they're taking steps back. Okay, dude, shut the fuck up. Embiid like didn't have a fucking body. Okay, so shut the fuck up. Anyway,
not ready to talk Sixers.
No,
again.
we're not gonna talk. We're not gonna really talk Sixers, but we're gonna talk about one thing. But like,
Two things.
all right, but yeah, two things. But no, I think that they need to win 10 games. They need to win 10.
And then what?
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
I would listen.
At 10/21 on whatever the date is, you're full of shit.
Listen to me. They need to win 10 or 11 games and put themselves into contention for the division. Here's where I'm at. If they win the division somehow, then they need to win a playoff game. If they don't win the division and they just leak into the playoffs, I need them to compete in the playoff game. It depends who they play. If they leak into the playoffs in the wild card, you know what's going to happen. They're going to get fucking lined up against the fucking Buccaneers again or something. Like, so like, what do you expect from a team that limps into the playoffs in a wild card? You need them to win a playoff game? No, I need them to win a division. Once they win a division, then I need them to win the playoff game. I can't go playoff game before division, I guess is where I'm at.
It's an interesting barometer you have there.
Because, like, what are your chances of winning a playoff game as a wild card? Like, ever?
Before they added another one?
Yeah. So, like, now you have only one team getting a bye. So, like, the other really good team, that's the one you're going to fucking play. So, like, what are you going to do about that? You're going to fucking lose way more often now.
Well, that's what happened to us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We played the Bucks.
So, like, okay, we limp into the playoffs again as a wild card, and, like, we end up playing the fucking Rams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't set any kind of barometer for me because it's almost an unwinnable game because you're playing somebody who's outmatching you.
NFC Championship game or nothing.
How many wins? What is your prediction this year? I will go with if I have to choose now. Listen, we'll do one now and then we'll do one again in like right before the season starts. All right.
Okay.
As of today, my win count is 11.
I got 12.
Okay. So I want to see like something. I could be convinced to be 12.
I don't think the division is as scary as people are trying to make it out to be this year.
No, I'm the total opposite. I think this division is easy.
The Giants scare me a little bit.
I shouldn't say easy because nothing's easy in the NFL. What I mean by easy is like the easiest that it's been in recent history. Like the
Yeah, and
Cowboys aren't what they were.
no. I think the Giants are going to be surprisingly decent.
Yeah, they're not.
They
They're
put together
not
a
that
nice little
bad.
team. And they lost their biggest handicap of all time is fucking that pig Gettleman.
I know.
So they're going to be better just on the subtraction of Gettleman.
All right, so 11 and 12.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
think so.
They're probably
And,
that means they're probably going to win 9.
and Carson Wentz, fart noise.
What about him?
I'm just saying he's in the division. I can't wait to boo his ass.
We're gonna be there.
I know. What are we doing, dude?
It's not good. It's not
It's
good.
not good.
So, all right, that's the Eagles. The Eagles start training camp tomorrow. We're actually recording on a Monday, which is weird.
Super Bowl.
I've already heard Philly. I already heard fucking Eagles chants at the Phillies games.
Oh, I hate that shit.
It's the worst. It's the
so
worst
corny.
thing that anyone could possibly fucking do, ever.
Oh, you going to that game on the 25th?
In August,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think we got AGF's tickets, so we'll be with you guys, but not with you. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe I'm a maybe on that.
All right, and then the Iron Pigs game. Don't forget if you didn't get that email. I'm going to that.
I'm gonna try.
Could be cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Could be
Anyway,
hot. It could be hot as fuck too.
I was thinking that sweaty ass pig in Lehigh
So
Valley.
so that's where we're at with the Eagles. They start training camp. We'll see how it goes. We'll get some real video and some real, catches and whatever. It's all bullshit, but
Well,
it's
it's like-
exciting.
like-
It's exciting.
It's like the Rager thing. Remember that one-handed catch, and everyone's like,
Yeah, I do remember. All right, so let's move on because we're gonna save the best for last. So next, let's talk about what's happened with the Sixers since we've been gone.
poopy butthole.
Okay, not a lot is the answer. But one of the biggest things, there's two things really that have gone on since we've been gone. One of them is the Harden signing. So that's probably the biggest thing that has happened.
Are people complaining? Seriously.
People are literally complaining that
Why?
Harden gave up $14 million. $14 million to stay with the fucking Sixers and try to win a fucking championship. People are complaining about that.
I hate this trash ass town.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. Like,
It's not
what
surprising.
What are you complaining about?
Dude, they need listen. The Sixers are fucking anemic. They're just as frustrating as the Phillies, But now they got PJ Tucker. They signed 37-year-old PJ Tucker to a 4-year contract. He'll be 40 when it's all said and done.
I don't know why they signed why it was so long, but I like the signing. I do.
Yeah, I know. I agree, but give him a 2-year deal with a player option after, or a club option.
I think it was a 3. It was a 3.
Yeah, 38, 39, 40. Yeah.
So he'll be 39 at the end. And listen, it's like $10, $11 million. Like this day and age, that's not a lot of money in the NBA. So
that's
okay.
that's like a $4 million contract a couple years ago.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, are people really
just the
complaining
age.
that we're signing fucking Harden at less money than we're paying Toby Harris? Like, is that really seriously people are complaining about that?
Well, maybe that's why they're complaining, because now we have to deal with Tobias, Tobias.
Yeah, but really, I don't know if we need to rewind a little bit, but Toby was like one of the most solid dudes we had in the fucking playoffs.
I agree. I told you that.
But
he disappeared for sure.
But my thing is, we know he's not the guy, and he's not the second guy. He doesn't need to be that now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the Ryan Howard signing,
You can even make an argument that he is the fourth guy.
If Maxey develops. I keep forgetting about Maxey.
But even if Maxey doesn't really develop, he's already better than Toby, really. I said it. Is that a hot take? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh boy, we might have to tweet Toby and see what he says.
I don't know. I think Embiid, Harden, Maxey, Toby.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad about that.
You know, like,
You know what I am mad about?
well,
That they're trying to put a stadium in Center City.
all right. So this is the other thing that happened while we were gone.
Oh, typical suburb fans complaining that the team plays in the city where they reside. Are you fucking idiots? Stupid. Who do you think makes up the fan base? Yeah, it's us, fat suburbians.
Oh shit.
It's just such a fucking dumbass idea, man. It makes it not even wantable to go to a game. It's seriously that traffic is going to be a goddamn nightmare, and I understand. Oh, you're 32 years old. You're complaining about traffic. I am, bitch.
Listen, man. It would suck. Like it would suck. And you know what? There's no like if it was the Phillies, I would be all in. All in.
See, I disagree.
You know why?
Oh yeah, hit me.
Because you can see shit. Dude, you're going to a Sixers game, you're fucking inside of a building. It don't matter. You could be like look at where Madison Square Garden is. It's like under the fucking ground.
Yeah.
It's like
You know,
it doesn't matter where you put the stadium. It doesn't fucking matter.
when you said that, the baseball field, I was thinking that Hey Arnold episode when they were fighting with the grown-ups for the fucking garden.
I know it, yeah.
Good show, by the way. Listen,
Sponsor us.
the problem is that all four teams play within a minute of each other, literally.
Why is that? What does that matter?
I just think it's like one of the coolest setups. Like you can't get lost, bro. Like you like just find any of the stadiums someone's playing, anyone's playing.
Well, what if they just built the stadium down in that fucking desolation pit over there near the fucking Navy Yard?
And that was one of the other rumored spots. I think any of the other spots are better than what they picked.
Well,
I
I
just
have a
do.
theory. I have a theory.
Yeah, I know.
That this spot, quote unquote, is just bullshit pandering. And they're like, oh, look, we're trying to save the city by putting the stadium and bringing all this revenue to the city and, you know, knocking down the crime, which, first of all, come on, who the fuck are we kidding right now?
All right, they want to do that. Build the stadium in Kensington.
Anyway, so, like, I think it's just bullshit, and they're going to end up fucking putting in Camden, which is what they wanted to begin with. They're going to put that shit in Camden over near their training facility, which makes perfect sense, and they're going to be in fucking Camden.
We're going to be like the Giants and the Jets.
And you're going to have to fucking pay a fucking $7 toll and a $25 parking to go to a fucking Sixers game.
Maybe they'll validate the
Unless
Easy
you're from
Pass.
fucking New Jersey, then you don't have to pay $7 finally because you've been paying $7 all this time.
Fine, they're gonna validate the Easy Pass toll if you have a ticket. They get a free.
You drive through and hold your ticket up on the windshield.
No, when you go to the game, they give you a voucher for a rotisserie chicken from Redner's.
You know what? They probably fucking would do that shit. They'd be like, listen, if you come to the game, yeah, I know, it's $7, but we're going to give you a fucking free double Whopper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Instead of a small Frosty Freeze Out, it's an extra large strawberry.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I honestly don't care where they are. I would go no matter what. I would deal with it. Like, parking in the city is not, it's not hard. It's really not.
No.
But it's not fun. And parking down there is not fun either.
Yeah, but if you think for a second they're going to not block off 95% of them roads so that you can't free park, you got nothing coming.
Right.
For me, I don't know. I think it's so cool that all the shit, like the major sports, is all right next to each other. And
I agree.
What happens to Wells Fargo?
The Flyers play there. Oh, wait. Do we still have a hockey team? Perfect transition. Ready, go.
No, I don't want to go. I'm so upset.
It's okay. You can hold it in for a week.
You fucking bitch. You fucking stupid needle nose looking motherfucker. How you you had a trade for JVR. You had a trade, but you
What?
didn't like the return.
They signed Isaac Ratcliffe.
Oh, my bad, Stanley Cup. Aggressive retool is working. The Flyers are the
Frost?
most
Save
pitiful,
money on him.
The Flyers are the most pitiful organization Philadelphia has had in the last 100 years. I made that number up. 50 years, 60, whatever number. Whenever sports started, I don't give a shit. They are the saddest franchise the city has ever put on. Ever. Disney on ice is better than the Flyers.
I mean, that argument could be made.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can't. Whatever. Okay, so.
You haven't lived until you watch Goofy lay down a triple Lutz.
Yo, that was fucking good, dude. That was fucking good, man. I give you that one. All right, listen. Listen.
We're deep now.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome back.
Listen, you can't get, if someone says they'll take JVR, but you have to give us like on principle, you give up JVR and whatever that is, so you can sign someone like Johnny. You had a free agent, a top notch, really good fucking player that wanted to come to the play for the shit fucking Flyers. You gotta do what you gotta do to get him. It's so frustrating. And then if they didn't sign Linen, fucking Swede, if they didn't re-sign him halfway through the season for like an egregious contract, then no one's having this conversation.
You're right.
Flyers are woefully fucking stupid. Chuck Fletcher just literally pooing all over the ice. Ed Snyder, you know what he's doing? He's going down to Ed Snyder's grave, and actually, it's not even a grave. It's probably one of them, like, what are those called? The mausoleum? The things.
Mausoleum?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Where they put dead people?
Yeah, like the fucking castle they put on the fucking graveyards. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, so he goes down at Snyder's fucking gravesite on it every night. That Chuck Fletcher was the worst hire, worse than Hextall. We've had 3 straight GMs that are just absolutely pitiful fails. Okay?
Really bad.
And we can't get out of this mess. And then we're like, oh, it's fucking Claude Giroux's fault because at the trade deadline, he didn't want to. Please. It didn't fucking matter. Who the fuck is coming here? Who would want to come play for this shitty franchise? Tony DeAngelo? The fucking Trumpster? He's not even that good. And it's crazy to me. Oh, my God, this fucking hockey. The Hurricanes heard what Tony DeAngelo wanted.
You're going to be
5 years.
over there.
I am pissed. He wanted like 5, whatever we gave him. That's what he wanted from the Hurricanes. And the Hurricanes said, okay, pack your bags. We're going to fucking trade you, right?
Yeah.
They trade him. Literally, they signed Brett Burns, who is old. I mean, old as far as hockey standard goes, right?
Yep.
For, I almost think, a more lucrative deal. Because that's how much they didn't want to deal with Tony DeAngelo's shit. Now, the only thing I'll give Chuck Fletcher credit for is that he said he only did a 2-year deal with him, right? So, like, at least when he starts fizzling out halfway through the year, you can move him, you know?
Maybe.
This fucking team is pitiful. It's an embarrassment. It has taken hockey away from me and many other fucking fans. You can't even get a casual fan to talk about the Flyers anymore. Good luck getting fucking Ty and Brody the jerk off to fucking talk about the Flyers. Flyers are fucking dead. DEAD. Dead.
The greatest show ever is.
Why did they do that?
I can't wait to hear Ricky Batalco break down Jalen Hurts throwing balls over the middle.
Yeah. Literally juiced up Ricky Batalco, who literally wasn't that good. I mean, seriously, he was not that good.
Listen, I'm not saying you got to play football because I talk about football on this, but like it's just a weird combo, man. I don't know. It's whatever. I'm just hating on it because I'm just annoyed. I'm annoyed by 97.5, honestly.
Well, and Ricky Ricky Bo.
I love Ricky Bo. I love the Ricky Bo memes though, like where he's
But
just making those faces. They're
he-
fucking great.
He's honestly been talking about baseball his whole life.
Well, I
So
love him as a baseball analyst.
no,
But
I know. I'm
what's
saying
he
I
gonna
think
do on
it's
an afternoon show?
yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's gonna be hard to like make that adjustment.
No one talks about hockey, so they don't need to know anything about hockey.
It's true. Old Bill Clement.
Like it's weird, man. Like the Flyers, like I hate looking at their roster because I don't feel that bad about it. Like when I look at it, but then I like start diving into it, and I'm like,
Here's a fun one for
yeah.
you. Look at the fucking contracts and how much money these guys are making.
That's the biggest problem. Yeah.
I seriously, who? Oh, that was the other thing. I wanted to. I'm a big G guy.
And you should see how many guys are injured on the team right now.
Everyone. What's his nuts?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have 12 injuries.
It's the whole damn team. It's all of them.
God, dude. Who's the captain? Coots?
It has to be.
Yeah, I think it's Coots.
If it's Hayes, they just did it because they were like, well, we gave you too much money. Although I think Hayes is going to bounce back, but that's beside the point.
I like Hayes, honestly.
You know what I don't like? Comcast Spectre.
Provorov.
Yeah, that's a terrible signing. Terrible money that we owe this fucking guy. He needs to bounce back. Dave, I don't even think that Flyers are going to be watchable again. Like, I don't even know if I'll begin watching this year. That's crazy.
We're gonna do that again. We're going to do that again.
Whole fucking year of it.
Ryan Ellis is listed as a third right defenseman on the depth chart.
Yeah, Ryan Ellis is dead. He's with DB Cooper.
He does look like Gritty though.
Ugh, that's another thing. Get rid of that fucking furry bitch.
Why do you hate Gritty so much? Can you explain
Because
that?
I realized that Comcast Spectre
does he
was
represent?
pandering.
Does he like represent failure to you?
Well, don't you think it's a little? Isn't it a little ironic? Don't you
Isn't
think
it ironic?
that we didn't have a mascot in all of Ed Snyder's tenure? Comcast Spectre comes in here, and the only thing they care about is putting asses in seats, so they fucking created the grits, the gritty. And you know what I think of that? You want to know what I think about gritty? Fart noise.
I hear you. I do.
I'm just
I mean,
saying
it's hard to make an argument for a mascot, but like, I really don't. At the end of the day, every team wants to make money, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's hilarious to me when they're like, all they care about is making money. Yeah, no fucking shit. They spend $400 million on these fucking guys every year. Yeah, they want to make fucking money. God forbid. What the fuck? What do you want them to do? Not make money? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I hear you. It's just so disappointing because like it's
I know.
unwatchable.
It's disappointing because it's a blank empty owner. That's why it's disappointing. There's no one. We need someone to blame, and we can't blame a whole thing. Like we need someone.
And I back to Chuck. They said before this all happened, Dave Scott, I think is his name. I think that's the managing partner. I believe it is. Shoot me if I'm wrong. Those two idiots up there before like the draft and all that shit. The checkbook is wide open. There's no limits on the checkbook. Yeah, there is, Chuck. It's something called a cap space, you idiot. And you obviously can't navigate it. Fuck faces. And the draft went as well as the draft's going to go. That one dude might have fallen to him. He didn't. And they picked the best available player. I don't mind the draft this year, but it doesn't mean anything in hockey. Is it a Sid Crosby? Is it a Connor McDavid? Is it a Malkin? Is it a Chris Letang? Is it a fucking he who shall not be named? Is it a Stamkos? I could go on all fucking night. And Giroux's a pussy for going back to Ottawa.
Do you want to name some more Penguin players?
Yeah. Tristan Jarry.
Why is it that the fucking Penguins know how to draft?
Yeah, well, they have Ron, so be careful.
Well, I know. That's true. They just re-signed Malkin.
They just re-signed that whole core for another long-term fucking adventure. I mean, they're great signings for 2 years, but
Yeah.
4 years, oof,
4 years is long, man. Malcolm's gonna be old, dude.
and uglier.
Anyway, yeah. So last thing on the Flyers, Giroux did leave Florida and now is signed with Ottawa, which literally is just ending his career. He lives in Ottawa. He's from that area, so this is clearly like go home and ride off into the sunset.
Although you could argue, and I've talked to Jaws about this, and I know he doesn't listen, so because he's Pittsburgh trash. You could argue that Ottawa's putting together a little sneaky club over there. They're getting some young players. They're making some moves. I don't know. It might not be as bad as they might be a playoff team for sure. I just don't think you can win a cup in Ottawa. It's too soon, right? To go there for that reasoning, you know?
Well, unless they got like a 2 or 3 year plan.
Yeah, but he's only signed for 2 years, I think, right?
That's what I'm saying. So like if it's a 2 year plan, he's there. If it's a 3 year plan and they see the writing on the wall, they'll extend him. He'll get overpaid for 1 year. He'll make even more money, and and he gets to live at home. It's no lose for him.
No, and that's why I'm saying he's a pussy.
Because he didn't try to just go win somewhere.
Yeah, I just need him to have a cup. So
maybe he secretly hates the United States.
I mean, I hate Canada. I get it.
He should have gone to Colorado.
Well, that's my whole thing. I think hockey's in this weird situation where teams are going to win back-to-back championships. I really do think so.
Hockey is always weird though.
Yeah, it really is.
There's no like in basketball you have dudes literally yo dude, come play for our team, and they do. That shit doesn't happen really in hockey.
There's too many language barriers in hockey.
That's true. Hockey is a very international game for sure.
What do they call it? It's a melting pot. America's a melting pot.
Well, hockey is a melting pot.
Fucking hippies.
Maybe we should have done the Flyers first, because this just drove the fucking podcast into the ground. Because the Flyers suck.
I really wanted to make a joke, but I feel like it's not PC. I can't do it. I want to do it. I'll text it to you later, but I really want to fucking do it, man.
Don't do it.
Come on.
Don't do it. If you're questioning it, don't do it. I wouldn't do it.
I mean, we're at the end, though. You could edit it out.
I could, but then it's not real.
This is like Inception.
We keep it real, man.
Yeah, that's true. This podcast is off to an...
We're back, baby.
Golden Oreo or a regular Oreo? What are you picking? We had this debate at the shore.
Do I have a glass of milk or no?
No.
Golden.
Yeah, Golden's the fucking GOAT, bro. It is the best. I think it's better.
It is, but it's not OG though. But I do
I'm gonna
like
say
the Golden.
this. It's better. It's better than the double stuff Oreo.
No.
Dude, a Golden just slaps a little differently. That's all I'm saying.
It does. It definitely does. But it's not.
And the cookie's so good that I'm eating it for the cookie, not the cream. It reversed, bro. You couldn't, if you tried to give me a double stuffed Golden, I couldn't do it. It's too much cream. But I don't want an Oreo unless it's got that much cream.
Yeah, okay, that's a good argument. That is a good argument.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Golden is the GOAT.
The Golden, you don't mind that it's the standard, right? You don't need a double. But with the Oreo, you're I need that shit to be double.
I would say, my eyes are rich.
I haven't even had an Oreo in a long fucking time, too.
9 out of 10 people would pick 9.5 out of 10 people would pick a double stuffed Oreo over a plain Oreo.
No, not that high.
What's your number?
I would say it's probably 7.5 for people.
Interesting. All
That's
those
fine.
other people are wrong.
I think there's people that don't like the cream as much. I think that those people do exist. I don't
Yeah.
like them. I don't like those people, and I think they're wrong.
Oh, I found a new fucking mustard.
A new mustard. Please tell me.
Yeah. You know it. Honey Dijon. I've never had that before.
Just plain old honey Dijon mustard.
Yeah, I've never had it. It's like a sweet hot mustard.
Mhm.
It's like your like classic businessman mustard, you know? It's like that's sweet.
Honey Dijon is literally Grey Poupon.
No. No way. Grey Poupon is like fucking it's like it like cuts hard. Like it's almost like there's like a little horseradish in that bad boy.
Yeah, Grey Poupon is like a honey mustard, like a honey mustard.
Oh, we need you know what we need? We need a producer so we can have a fact checker. Fact checker. Fact checker. We're
Wow.
back, baby. Fact checker.
We are off the fucking rails right now. Are you freestyling?
Boom.
Hey, by the way, the Phillies fucking won. So fuck you, Braves. And fuck you, everybody in that Twitter fucking room that shits on the Phillies all the time. And then they're like, hey, man, if you don't like it, then you can leave. And then they're like, fuck the Phillies. And then they win. And they're like, oh, my God, the Phillies are the greatest of all time. Dude, fuck you guys, man. That's the worst fucking place of all time, man. I hate that
can't
place.
believe it's my favorite thing to do is just go in these things, get you in, and then leave.
I hate that fucking place. Yet I'm still in it.
Didi's bad, by the way.
He's got to go.
What's going on with that?
He's old.
Yeah.
He never really was that good. Like, he was okay. He's serviceable. He's not fucking amazing, you know? I don't know.
This fucking chat or this fucking Twitter is so fucking funny.
I need more whiskey. Yo, so yeah, I went in there. Actually, I commented on something. Nobody probably did anything. They probably didn't even look at it. But just so many people hate on him in there. Like, I don't know.
Everyone hates everyone.
Really?
I'm just saying, it's easier to complain about someone on the internet than to fucking give them praise, right?
What do you think would happen if they made everyone like identify themselves on Twitter?
Like what? Like put out like a public video of shame?
No, like Facebook. Like, you have to be a real person.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what you'll see. A lot of Trump supporters disappear.
That's probably true, honestly. All right, like, we gotta close this. We gotta close this thing down.
Derailed.
We came out. We came back after a month with a fucking hour and a half. An hour and a half of fucking pleasure for the ears.
It's like the PD in my ears.
Oh my God. All right, well, listen, let's call it a night. The Phillies won. They're back on track. The Eagles start training camp tomorrow.
The Choco Taco is dead.
Choco Taco is dead. Golden Oreos reign supreme. Chocolate checks reign supreme. And my son is now in on chocolate checks as well.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's just a smart
It's
kid.
great.
That's all you can ask for,
great.
man. I want a bowl check so bad. How's it only Monday?
All right, listen, we need to go.
Peace.
All right, listen, love you guys. Please keep listening. Tell people about this fucking train wreck of a podcast. Yeah.
If you made it this far, you should have stopped an hour.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Believe it or not.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. That's good.
All right.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Yep.